Good morning, everyone. Out getting my car washed. Different sight, different view, other than I'm in my car. Oh, it was a rough morning. I'm trying to do an introduction video with my stick here, and little did I know it wasn't doing the voice, it was doing the video. So I spent a half an hour for nothing on that. Oh, gotta move ahead here. Slowly, slowly. Thank you. You're welcome. So today, what are we talking about today? Let's see, what's the video? It's easier to teach a child than it is to help an adult. You know, and that's what I was talking about the last few times, is growing down as a child and enjoying all the little things in life. You know, it's so hard there once you grow up and you've lost that connection as a child, and you get disrupted with the world around you, and you forget about all the good and the loving and the, what's good in this world. It's the same thing in teaching a child, really having that conversation with them and helping getting over issues and problems. It's so important. I watched a video on YouTube the other day that the young child was playing with a balloon. I guess it had red marker all over it or something, and the father caught the child with the broken balloon and asked the child, did she have the balloon in her mouth? And right away she goes, no, right? So he took his time with the child, and really I could see her brain just spinning around and focusing. He says, now what if I was to tell you that, that balloon was red, and I have a sneaking suspicion, or whatever he said, I forget. He was good at it anyway, but he took his time, and I feel that's so important as a child and growing up, is spending the time and really getting their brain to think. Anyways, he follows up with saying, what if I was to tell you that you have red all over your mouth, and I have an idea how you got that red around your mouth, is that you may have put that balloon in your mouth and bit it and it broke. And what do you think about that? Now I'm going to ask you something real serious. Did you have that balloon in your mouth? I can see the child going like this. Maybe, she says. But I think it's so important as you're growing up and educating your child, and teaching them what's right and what's wrong, and most of all on how to deal with issues and problems in your life, and really learn how to communicate. Anyway, today, okay, it's easier to teach a child than it is to fix an adult. That's it. Okay, what are we thinking? Just reflecting on a piece I read from the book Life Code by Dr. Phil, The New Rules for Winning in the Real World. Parents typically tell their kids to mind the adults in their life. Don't talk back, and do what you're told. I remember my parents telling me to respect your adults. If you tell your children to mind the adults in their life, you could be feeding them to the lions. 90+% of children molested are known to the child. Only 10% of all molestation is a product of stranger danger. And I always touch on people having past traumas and events, as Dr. Gabor Mate says, that a lot of his clients suffer from childhood trauma, and it's so important, these little things, when you're teaching your kids, or you're learning, or you're looking at your own underlying issues and problems in your life, and trying to come to grips with your past, and filling that hole, that hurt inside with alcohol and drugs. It's just not the answer. It's sad but true that people we need to watch the closest are the ones in the best positions to hurt us if they go row. So the best prediction you can offer your child is to teach them to self-protect. Instead of telling them to mind your adults and do what you're told, you should be teaching them to listen to their instincts and telling them to pay attention to any funny feeling they have. I really liked that book with Dr. Phil. A lot of it I knew, but there was a lot toward the end of it there that was really inspiring and helping me, deal with my childhood traumas and divorce and separation. In today's world, we must reject the idea of giving people the benefit of the doubt. This is just another example of why that is a really bad, outdated idea. Like many things are so outdated, man. Like we got to work to bringing about breaking the stigma and helping people with better under education and all the other good stuff. Anyway, sometimes it can be difficult to define an abstract concept like funny feeling for a young child. Ask your child to think of a time when they are afraid. Maybe it was in the dark, or maybe it was on a roller coaster, a haunted house at Halloween. Ask them to recall that physical feeling they had at the time. Butterflies in their stomach, sweaty palms, shivers up their spine, or whatever it is that identify that fear to them. This is what you want them to watch for and react to. Identifying physical symptoms make this concept concrete, enough for every young child to understand. Let the symptoms be the trigger for them to recognize that they are in danger. Teach your child about boundaries and make your communication age appropriate. As a parent, you don't talk the same way to a 5-year-old as you do to the 15-year-old. You don't need to have the sex talk to explain to a young child where the physical lines should be drawn. Just let them, for example, that is not okay for someone to touch them where their swimming suit would cover them. Teach them to listen to their body and listen to their instincts. It's easier to teach a child than it is to fix an adult. Many adults suffer from substance abuse due to childhood trauma. Please, let's step up our efforts in helping make change. God bless everyone. Lessons to learn as we grow up teach us many things we can hand down to our children and grandchildren. Now that I am an adult, I want to grow down as a child. It's easy to get caught up in all the noise of the world today. It's sad for me to see so many hypnotized to social media, including me. For so many years, I was stuck in a world of substance abuse, only seeing that which was in front of me. Today, I'm an information fanatic, starving for knowledge. And this is back in 2009 when I wrote this, so time to grow down as a child again. It's so important. Look at a little picture of my grandson, scissor butts. Anyway, it's fun, and I have I love and enjoy each day that's upon me, and it's so important to teach all those children and grandchildren like I have the opportunity, and as a grandparent, I have a chance to make up for the mistakes I've made with my children. So I hope you enjoyed the video today, and be conscious, aware, educate yourself, and come to a better understanding of where someone's hurt and where someone's struggle. You could see someone under the influence of alcohol and drugs, and you have no idea that it's really that 4 or 5-year-old child in that person that is suffering and hiding from that hurt from the past. Love you guys. Give it some thought. Have a great day.